Oh, I got a
There
fish.
you go one. Is it?
I have no idea what it is.
Pretty good size, isn't it?
When it's late in the day and the sun's getting low,
Nice one. I think you do have one. That's some fish, Bobby. You got to catch them pretty fast. The guy don't show up till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Go fishing. Well, I got one too. First hook up is through. Look at that. Through that jump. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. God, that's great. Oh my goodness. There's one. There's one on spinnerbait.
Jacket.
Yep. Hit it right on top of the water. Little guy. Right on top of the water. That guy's got a lot of growing to do. That's my first bass out of Lake Keystone. I'm fishing with my baby girl, Sherri. We're down here outside of Tampa, Florida, fishing Lake Keystone. First time we've ever been on that lake. We fished about an hour. We didn't get started till about 11 o'clock, and we've had 3 or 4 bites. Sherri missed one on a spinnerbait, and I missed I had one hooked, and he got down the grass, got away on a worm, and probably about the same size fish. But that's a start, Sherri.
That is.
5 minutes after 12. It's the lunchtime bass. Back in there, baby doll. He hit it right on top of the water. Well, you laid that crankbait down to hurry.
Yes, I did.
Right on top of the water. He hit it right on top. The same size I caught on the spinnerbait, Sherri. He was out in that grass. So there ought to be some big ones out in that grass. There ought to be some big females out there. You know, I don't know.
Mama.
I don't know how many. Yeah, that's a little female bass right there, isn't it? Got some eggs in it. But there ought to be some. There ought to be some big ones. There ought to be some big ones out in that grass. We'll find them before the day's over. Either that or we'll catch little ones. We'll either find some mamas or we'll catch
a whole bunch of little ones is not a bad thing.
Well, there's little ones, you know, there's big ones. It's the size. It's the size I've been missing some of right there. I bet you.
I think mine was bigger.
Yeah.
Not much, but it was bigger.
They've already spawned. This was just hatched out. I've got this Lucky Strike power worm rigged with a little slip sinker. Now I had a screw-in slip sinker where you screw it in where it'll stay attached, you know, as I was flipping around some of that stuff. I've actually changed it, went to a regular slip sinker and put a big 5/0 wide gap Daiichi hook on it and just rigging it regular Texas style. And the reason I did that is I was missing those fish, and I thought maybe that had something to do with it. And that's really the first bite I've had. But probably a lot of them are just small fish, you know. So far, everything we've caught's been small fish. But... Yes, you do. Right there on this point. Another small one.
Yeah. Felt a lot better on the other side of lily pad.
Yeah, once you had him hooked up in there. They seem to be biting spinnerbaits better than they are these worms.
Go up.
We'll run into a big one here in a minute. There ought to be some, if there's any spawning, they could be spawning in this canal because obviously they warm up a lot better. They like to spawn in the canals down here. I don't know how big a canal it is. Pretty good size though. It could hold a few big fish. It could hold quite a few big fish, in fact. There's one.
Scoot over.
Come here, baby. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Found mama.
There we go. Oh, yeah, that's a good fish. There we go.
Did you get that on that little worm?
I got that on that little worm.
On the pow?
Pow stick. Oh, golly, Jimmy. Maybe you ought to, maybe you shouldn't lift that size in, huh? Wow, that's a nice fish right there.
It is.
Good lands. Good lands. Yeah, that Lucky Strike pow stick. That's the third bite I've got on. The other two weren't near this big.
Everything
that big
else
gal
together is not that big.
I need to power pole down. Power pole down, power pole down. Yeah, buddy, look at that. Wow. Whee. That's a pretty one right there. That's a big old Florida bass. This is what you come to Florida for, is fish like this. You never know. You never know when that's going to happen either. You know, you kill along there catching those little small females and little small males, and all of a sudden you get a bite, starts swimming off with your plastic or comes up there and, well, that hook got that fish.
Look how
I
dark
can't hardly
and
get it
pretty
out.
is.
Wow, that's a big old bass right there.
It's pretty.
Man. Ooh, baby doll, talk to me. Ah. Man, oh man. Can't believe I lifted that fish in. I thought it was only about 4 pounds, you know, when I saw it out there in the water. I got to lifting it in, and it kept growing. Woo-hoo-hoo. You know, I missed quite a few fish this morning. One of the good things about a pow stick is they're, as opposed to some of the other worms like this that are stick worms, is that this thing starts out as a 6-inch. So a lot of them are 5 inches. So you got a 5-inch worm in a package. And I've bitten this one off. It's probably still a little over 5 inches. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in here and, well, really, it's not too bad. I'm just going to take another deal on it. I was going to bite a little bit off and reuse that same worm. But the thing about it, if you start with a 6-inch worm, as opposed to a 5-inch, you're going to catch a lot more fish on it. Now, I've got a 5/0 JHO hook. I run it in just like that. I come over here, and about where that bend wants to hit, I put my thumbnail right there. Right where the bend is, that hook, and I'm going to stick the worm in the hook right there and angle it just a little bit back toward the front. And what that allows me to do then, I've got the point of the hooks out. See, like this? I'll come back in, scrunch it up a little bit, and skin hook it. That makes the worm totally weedless. I've got a little 1/16 ounce weight on it. Totally weedless, and yet anytime a fish bites that, pushes down on that right there, is going to pull that loose. You're going to get a real good hook set and be able to get a real good hook in the fish like I did on that one back there. Yes! All right, fire pole up, Sherri.
This portion of Jimmy Houston Outdoors has been brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Jimmy Houston Outdoors, America's favorite fishing show, is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. By Mercury Marine, go boldly. By Soft Science, supreme comfort footwear for the angler. By Shell Rotella, the engine oil that works as hard as you do. And by Super Start Batteries, available exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You know, your mother likes to just take them things and dance them around like that. Let it fall.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just like that, huh?
Like that.
Oh, just like when I was a little girl.
Oh, yeah, it taught you out and you lost. Oh, no, you didn't lose him, did you?
Yeah.
It's dancing around. Yeah, and you know, if your weight comes out, you might just try it without a weight. Because I had those two hit this as I was winding it back in.
That's bait for the one you caught.
That's bait for the one I just caught, yeah. There he is. Little bitty guys. Lots of little ones. Lots of little ones. Lots of small guys. Not enough big guys. Go home and tell your mama how good a sugar is waiting up here. Or your great grandma. I like grandmas. Married to one. I love grandmas. Yeah, I do. Nothing. I think there's a fish right there. Yeah, little guy.
How big is he?
Same size. I'm pretty good at this size. Yep.
At least you're consistent.
It's a fish. I think that's what it is. Only smaller. It's a fish, only smaller. Hey, I'm telling you what. I'd rather catch them right there than a lot of things I could be doing today. Can't hardly get any little ones jump out of it. There's one. Hey, spinner plug. It's a little nicer small one there.
Mm-hmm.
Might spinnerbait between now and dark, Sherri. Got about an hour left of sunlight. Not a bad little bass. A bigger small one. A bigger small one. the time of the day when mama bass might come out here and be looking around. Mama bass. That was right up on top of the water. I mean, I'm waking that bait. He wasn't on that dock, he was out in front of it. One better fish.
Sounds like he's bigger than the ones we've been
getting. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah, that's a little bit better fish. I like it. I told you, getting late in the evening there. That's like the second largest fish we've caught all day right there, so that's a pretty nice little bass. Hit it right on top of the water. That's how they're hitting it up on top. They're not wanting it down in it at all, Sherry. I mean, right on top. You know, we had a couple fish chase those worms and hit them right on top of the water.
Yeah.
They wanting that bait on top. There's some fish on this little bank. I bet we run into a big one here before it gets dark.
I would love to be the one that runs into it.
You'd love to see him come up and get your bait, huh?
Nicer fish.
I'd love him too. You know, they're hitting this fire tiger pretty good. Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying. I know you think white's right, white's right, white's right.
Yeah, I've got chartreuse and white now. So.
You had a chartreuse and white?
Yeah.
I'm saying they're hitting this fire tiger pretty good.
They're hitting the fire tiger. I might have to change.
I'm just saying.
Might have to change my dress.
Not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that they're hitting this fire tiger
Just
pretty
saying.
good. There's another one. Right on top of the water. Right on top of the water.
Okay, I have to change my dress.
Come here, little fatty. I got some of these brand new ones. They're in the package. Haven't even been used yet by man or beast or woman.
Well, it's a lot quicker just to change my skirt.
Oh, there's one.
You find you one?
Yeah, a
little one, big one, medium.
No, just a little one. Chunky little chunk. Chunky little chunk. They're beginning to eat that spinnerbait. Time of the day, that's a killer thing. That's one thing about it, you know, these people out there, and there's, I don't know how many houses on this lake, but lots of them. Just a house everywhere, just about. Almost every lot's got a house on it, all the way around it. But you people that live on this place, they can get home from work in the evening, late in the evening, and particularly in the summertime, go out here in the prime time of the day. This is the time of the day you just like to see last all day long, because it's the time of the day you're going to be able to catch some fish and do really good. And that's one thing about kids fishing, you know. You can get home from school and go fishing. I've done it all my life, you know. 15 years to get out of high school. Another 8 years to get out of college. Fished every evening. That's why it took me so long to get through.
Jimmy's Look Back is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time.
Good in the summertime anyway.
Yeah, it is. Got a lot of brush piles in it.
I know where a few of them are.
Wonder how all them brush piles got in this lake.
I don't know.
Beavers, a lot of beavers around. Beavers will cut on them big willow trees up there, and then they'll drag them out there and sink them off out there. They seem to put them all right around edges and ledges and drops and points and stuff like that.
Just happened to get them in all those good spots.
Beavers are really busy on this lake. You got him, Sherri? Ooh, that's a pretty fish.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Get him out of the
Wrong
tree,
way.
get him out of the tree. Now get him out of the motor, get him out of the motor. Sherri, I don't know if you're gonna catch that fish or not.
Now he's gonna get the trolling motor. Yeah.
You're gonna fool around here in a minute and make me get on my spinnerbait. That's a nice one, Sugar.
That is.
You got that 1/4 ounce Houston model on?
Yes, I stayed with my spinnerbait.
Yeah. White.
White.
Any color's right as long as it's white, huh?
Right.
You got 2 blades on there, don't you?
Uh-huh. Oh, I've been fishing 2 blades all day.
Little tandem, little diamondback blades. How deep were you running that spinnerbait?
Oh, about 6 or 8 inches.
6 or 8 inches.
He come out of one of those dead trees.
Right where I throwed my worm, probably.
Probably.
There you, Sherry. Come here,
Who's
baby.
got who?
I got him. He's got me. Good little chunk.
A nice one.
Yeah, good little fish. Oh, double tail worm. Come here, baby. Oh, my worm left me, didn't he? Let's
Now,
get
don't
down.
put me back out in the middle again.
I'll get you up there closer to the bank here in just a minute.
Yeah.
Sherry, there's some of those clouds are beginning to get the sun. I'm gonna tell you what, that little true turn hook will flat, turns right in the top of the head. Look at the belly on that
It's got
fish.
a big belly.
Looks like a spawning fish. It's not, it's just been eating. Probably been eating spinnerbaits and worms. Ah. I'll get you back up here, Sherry, in just a minute, but I ran out of worms.
Uh-huh.
Ah. I need to lay out a whole bunch of them, I guess. That's all I got left right there. I'll just lay out all I got left. That way I won't have to get back in that tackle box again.
Good.
Throw at them trees up there, Sherry.
I don't have that much line on my reel.
Right behind you there, Sherry.
Let's go. Come on.
Jimmy's Look Back has been brought to you by Ranger Boats.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
You get him?
Hey, we got a double.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got a double. Mine's double the size of yours.
Not quite.
Huh?
Not
Yeah,
double.
Actually, they're both the same.
Uh-huh.
They're twins. They're twins, and I got a deep smoothie in the bottom of my soft side shoes.
Uh-oh.
Have to dig it out. I got all excited there. You finally caught a fish.
I got excited too.
Yeah, I wasn't the only one, huh?
Yeah. That kind of felt good. Now those pads.
Yeah, a little bitty one. Out of those pads. Well, I don't know how many we've caught like that today, but a lot. Get him, girl. We got in kind of a little hot area here, didn't we? Yeah, got in kind of.
Hey! It's my biggest one today.
Is that your biggest one?
Yes,
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Biggest,
Yep,
yes.
yep. That's. I'm sure there's a lot of good sized fish in here.
Look how fast she is.
The big ones, huh?
Look how the belly on it.
Yep, that's a girl. That's what you're looking for is a girl. Wouldn't hurt to have her grandma though. That's what it wouldn't hurt. Oh yeah, little booger bear. Whack, 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 whack. Oh, you got that one. So I'm doing some fetching. I'm doing some playing. Your buddy's getting to do all the playing up here. You're down here messing around with us. You better get up there and get to fetching.
This one inhaled it.
Brand new sun tracker. Yep. We got the party barge.
Jimmy Houston Outdoors is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. By High Seas, when the money's on the line. By Jackson Kayak, Advantage Fisherman. By Orion Coolers, never lose your cool. And by Lucky Strike, where preparation and opportunity collide. Houston's Helpful Hints is brought to you by Jimmy Houston High-Tech Performance Fishing Rods.
Spinnerbait fishing is all about a lot of different things. It's about color, it's about vibration, it's about size, it's about trailers, no trailers. It's about a lot of different things. And the key thing is you got to experiment around. But one of the key things I've always felt like was vibrations. And so this year we finally came out with our round blades on our Jimmy Houston Legend spinnerbaits. And we did the exact same thing we did with the willow leaf blade is we moved up to the next size blade that normally comes on there. So you got a little bit bigger blade. Now that's something I've done for really years and years and years is change blades on spinnerbait. So I wanted to finally develop a spinnerbait that had the right blades on them from the get-go. But round blades will always give you more vibration. Now if you want to get even more vibration out of a round bladed spinnerbait, just go ahead and cut that little kicker blade off. Take that off where this shaft has got a little bit more flexibility to move around, and it'll actually, keep you, give you a lot more vibration. But if you want a more flash, you want to go to willow leaf blades. Now, the other thing is to go to really, really, really shiny blades. I mean, blades that have been double polished, diamond plate or gold plated, and they're really polished twice. It makes them shine a whole lot more. When you pick out a spinnerbait, you need to look at those blades and see the ones that shine a lot, because flash is important and vibration is important. To get the maximum amount of flash, the maximum amount of vibration, you can go with a round blade that's double polished, and you're going to get both. To add more vibration, cut that blade off. Single spins will always vibrate more than a tandem. But spinnerbait vibration, spinnerbait flash, it's all important. Throw it, throw it, throw it. You'll become a better spinnerbait fisherman.
Well, it's late in the day and the sun's getting low. Caught me a big one, but I let it go. I sure had fun just watching him stretch my line.